Hello, my mystic friends, and welcome. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I want to share with you about this powerful and transformative pocket of energy that begins around August 6th. It's going to be Mars shifting into the sign of Libra, and it's about each of us taking action, not just for ourselves, but with others and in connection to others. And so in this all 12 signs astrology forecast, I'm going to walk you through the key planetary transits and how they're stirring this change within each of us. If you are new here, welcome. I blend traditional, Western, and evolutionary astrology to help you align with your soul's path. You can learn more about my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and share if this resonates with you. So for my Aries friends, Mars is your chart ruler. It is now shifting into your partnership sector. I'm going to draw a kite for you to show you how all this alignment is literally pointing towards you, your first house of your identity, what you should be focused on, and how it's going to transform everything that's about you, how you look, how you act, how you present things to the world. The first house, I often say, is about your business card, your website. It is presenting you. You have Saturn and Neptune both stationed retrograde in your house of identity. You have Pluto and Aquarius in your 11th house that revolves around topics of your dreams and your goals. And you have Uranus in your house of communication. And then Pluto, your chart ruler, has now just entered into the other sector. If you are Aries, the Libra portion of your chart is everybody else, personal and professional. This is about partnerships, all types of partnerships that are going to be shifting in the energy of who you collaborate with. It'll be feelings of diplomacy and balance and wanting to bring these topics into your relationships. You might feel more driven to take action with others instead of being more independent. This grand air trine activating your three other houses, or activating these three houses, it's really inspiring you to have this intellectual breakthroughs through conversation. Air is our thoughts, our ideas. It's the way that we communicate with other people. This brings in topics of new alliances, new friendships, conversations, looking towards aligning ourselves with shared goals. Now, with Pluto in your 11th house, this brings in these power dynamics within groups and friendships that might be up for review. While Uranus down there in your communication sector, it's bringing sudden flashes of insights, these aha moments or changes in the way that you can communicate. This is with technology or with how you take in information, neighbors, siblings, cousins, all forms of the way the written word is or how you hear it, or also sharing it with others. Look to embrace these opportunities to work with others on these visionary ideas and these long-term projects. Having the opposing Saturn and Neptune in your first house of your identity, the energy, it can challenge you with the personal direction in which you're wanting to move to. You could be feeling torn between asserting yourself or possibly yielding for harmony. There can be confusion or fatigue around your own personal path and your own physical energy. Let others support you at this time. This isn't about you giving up your power, but it's about sharing it. Release any outdated beliefs about doing everything all on your own. This is going to be a time for you to grow in your connection, not in isolation. A mantra for you can be, I am stronger through connection. I honor balance in all of my relationships. So Aries, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. And to those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Taurus friends, Mars is now moving into your sixth house of your daily life, your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, and alternative healthcare and healing practices. You're going to notice that this is in an air trine that is supporting everything that has to do with you growing with your 12th house topics. It's forming a kite that is bringing together topics that have to do with your job, your career, your reputation, your legacy, things that you are focused on and being seen in public. And Uranus is shaking up your finances, your self-worth, topics that have to do with your own security around people, places, and things. But we start with Mars because Mars is the one that's activating everything. When it moves into your health sector, it's your daily routines. It's giving you this fire, this momentum in order for you to reorganize and bring harmony to your everyday life. This area of your life, it balances your home and your career with finding balance with your daily tasks. This grand air trine, it's linking your second, your sixth, and your 10th house. And it's motivating you to have these changes that have to do with your professional path, with financial stability, with your work habits. Having Uranus in your money sector or your skills and self-worth sector, it brings these shifts within income, values. It's how can I think outside the box in order to feel safe and secure about things that are evolving in my life. Having Pluto in your 10th house, it signals for you to have this transformation within your reputation or your career goals or the legacy that you're going to leave behind. This is about bringing all of this together for being a productive time to streamline your efforts, to align your energy that feels more meaningful, feels more sustainable for you. The opposition, it comes with Saturn and Neptune that are retrograde in your 12th house. This is highlighting the tension between your conscious efforts and your unconscious patterns. The 12th house is our dreams. It's our personal unconscious. It's where we go to sit and to isolate, to heal and renew. And so you maybe feel blocked by emotional exhaustion or uncertain about your spiritual direction. Don't ignore your need for rest at this time, because this is when you're going to gain the inner clarity. This is a time for you to reflect on what drives you to work and to look at whether it's based on fear or it's based on trust with who you are working with, who you share your energy and your time and your efforts with. Look to set new rhythms that can nourish your mind, your body, your soul. Because true productivity, it comes from being in alignment. This is not about burnout and focusing on those things that can burn you out. A mantra for you can be, I align my work with purpose and restore my balance in my mind, body, and soul. So for my Taurus friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Gemini friends, Mars is energizing your 5th house. This is the house of children and creativity and self-expression. It's in a harmonious air trine with Pluto and with Uranus. So you're definitely going to be feeling this because Uranus is in your 1st house of identity. We know that this is energizing everything that has to do with you and sending you in a direction. This is the part of a kite. So we have Neptune and Saturn up at the top in a retrograde. So as I link it together, you're going to be able to see that Mars is the one that's activating and setting off everything, pointing into the direction of Saturn and Neptune. So I want to start with Mars. Mars is passion and desire, and it's fierce, and it wants to initiate. And so it's literally energizing your creativity, your romance, your own inner child, your self-expression. It's encouraging you to take these bold moves in joy and play and love. This grand air trine with Uranus in your first house of self, this is going to be changing, evolving, and growing your desires, your interests, everything that has to do with you. And then Pluto in your ninth house, it is transforming connection with religion and spirituality and cross-cultural experiences, publishing things, legal matters. This is all bringing together thoughts and ideas, like a racing mind of how do I bring this together. This is an inspiring combination for creative breakthroughs, these aha moments that have to do with publishing or teaching or you pursuing these new passions. With Uranus in your first house, it's defining how do you show up in the world. And Pluto in your ninth house is transforming what do you believe in, your thoughts, your ideas. It is you saying, I need to take a leap. This is your moment to share your light, to inspire others with your voice and with your vision. Now, Mars is in an opposition with Saturn and Pluto, both stationed retrograde in your 11th house, which brings confusion. The 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and the people that you collaborate with or spend time with in order to manifest those dreams. And so the confusion comes with delays or group projects or just people, friendships, and your possible future plans. You might feel unsure of who aligns with your growth or feel disillusioned within a community or a network. Remember, this is the house of your friends, but it's also the house of work associates. It's where we gather together with other people, and it could be for fun or it could be for work. And so you might feel unsure about this and say, who is aligned with me? And so this is going to be a time that you can look at this and say, I'm going to use this as a filter, not as a setback. I'm going to look at what is being revealed and pause for a second. I'm going to refocus my energy towards people, places, and things where your creativity and your ideas they're going to be nurtured. Let go of any outdated roles within social groups that do not fit you. Look for new soul-aligned connections because they're awaiting you. It's you just shifting to find them. A mantra for you for this transit can be, I create from joy and I align with those who celebrate my authentic light and voice. So for my Gemini friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Cancerian friends, this transit for you is not just going to be for one day, but it's going to be over multiple days, and it's setting off a catalyst for growth and change. You have Mars at the bottom of your chart. Remember, this is like the cradle. It's your home. It's your living situation. It's your personal life, and it's anybody that's within that space with you. It is in a harmonious air trine aspect with Uranus in your 12th house of your personal unconscious, the house of isolation and dreams and intuition and psychic ability, and with Pluto in the house of the other, the people that you are intertwined with. It's also the house of debt and inheritances and taxes. It's the house of birth, death, and rebirth and transformation. It's pointing in a kite formation to Neptune and Saturn up at the top of your chart. So your job, your career, your reputation, your legacy. So when you bring together the air trine is bringing together all these thoughts and ideas, and they're both pointing to it's not both, all three are pointing to this is where the change is going to happen. This is where we are going to direct it. The top of your chart, the most visible part of your life. And so with Mars entering into your fourth house, it brings this motivation for you to create harmony within your home and to have a solid foundation, this emotional foundation of either working with your ancestors or your children or people that are within your home space. The grand air trine is bringing support to do the inner work and for you to experience the spiritual healing. There have been a lot of things going on with you, so this is helping you to resolve your past pain in order for you to transform these emotional patterns. Having Uranus in your 12th house, it can bring these really unexpected insights through dreams or when you're doing yoga or meditation or some form of solitude. This is about getting the messages, but not always from other people that are like living. And while having Pluto in Aquarius in your 8th house, this is saying it's okay. Face your fears, evolve through intimacy and shared resources, your connection and collaboration with other people. Now, the opposition to Saturn and Neptune, this is where the challenge comes in. This is challenging your public image, your career path, your life goals, things that you personally want to accomplish, but also need to overcome. So you might question whether your ambitions, do they align with your emotional needs? This is an opportunity to release unrealistic expectations that are around the topics of success. This is a really powerful time to balance your inner healing with your outer responsibility. Look to ground your energy through a sacred reset, a sacred time to pause and look at ancestral healing. Look at where there have been a pattern there through your lineage. And so how has things that have been going on at home been a continuation? And then how do you break that chain? How do you release that karma? How do you heal from the trauma? And so Cancer, a mantra can be, I restore peace within and honor the sacred roots of who I'm becoming and growing. So for my Cancer friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Leo friends, we're going to start off with Mars. Mars is activating a kite in your chart that's going to connect in a grand air trine with Uranus in your house of hopes and dreams and people that you collaborate with, and Pluto in your partnership sector, transforming all of the other people in your life. That's personal and professional. So like best friends, significant others, clients, all of your one-on-one relationships. And it starts with Mars entering into the house of the way that you speak and communicate. There is an opposition with Saturn and Neptune, and it creates this kite saying, let's all move together using air, thoughts, ideas, communication, technology, anything that uses our head and connects with our heart, and pointing the direction of travel, cross-cultural experiences, teaching, publishing, a need to do these things. And so Mars is where it starts off, in the house of learning and your local connections. Think about neighbors and siblings and cousins. The third house is daily commute to places. It's where we acquire new skills. It's where we take in information that we've gathered from other people, and then we share it back out into the public. And so Mars starts here. So you might feel inspired to share your ideas or to teach or to initiate these important conversations with other people. Now the grand air trine is activating these areas, and it's forming this dynamic flow of like relational insight, within your social connections, with people that you want to collaborate with, your people that you want to, the 11th house is not just people that you work with. It's where do I want to volunteer? Where do I want to connect for something that brings me joy and pleasure? And Pluto is in the partnership, and it's personal and professional. So Uranus lighting up these opportunities for you to have these revelations within your social networks, within your groups. Pluto in your partnership sector says, let's transform relationships through honest and soul deep dialogue. Let's have those uncomfortable conversations and let's bring them to light and let's connect better through them, because then it brings trust. Now, Mars is going to also oppose Saturn and Neptune. And so they're both retrograde in your ninth house of, this is like travel and religion and publishing and legal matters. And so this can create tension around your beliefs or around places that you want to travel or educational paths that you're either wanting to take classes or teach classes. There can also be confusion around your personal direction or your personal philosophy of where it is heading. Where are you going? What do you believe? What is now being uncovered? Look at this as an opportunity to reassess what do you truly believe and whether you're living that truth. This is not about rushing into decisions. Saturn wants you to take time. Neptune wants you to follow your dreams. And both of them are retrograde in Aries. Aries is of the person, which Mars rules. So it's saying, I need to pause. I need to ground my vision in clarity and align my voice with my higher values. So Leo, a mantra for you can be, I speak my truth with clarity, wisdom, and heart-centered connection. So Leo, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Virgo friends, Mars is now moving into an area of your life that has to do with your personal money, resources, cash, property, talents, and skill sets. As soon as Mars moves into the sign of Libra, it sets off this grand air trine between Uranus at the top of your chart, your career, your reputation, your legacy, your public image, how other people see you. It's the highest part of your chart, and it's in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in your daily life, your habits, mental, physical, spiritual alignment. It's also going to oppose Saturn and Neptune in your 8th house of fear and healing and transformation. As Mars moves into Libra and it activates this kite, it starts from the bottom and saying, this is what I need to do in order to feel secure. This is what I have to overcome. This is what I have to oppose. This is what I have to move towards. And it's basically looking at yourself in a mirror. Having Mars activating your money, your values, your self-worth, it's motivating you to take charge of your finances, for you to prioritize what truly matters to you. That's people, places, and things. Having this grand air trine forming between your career, your money, and your daily life, it opens up the doors to these career breakthroughs for you and financial alignment. It's kind of like everything is saying, let's shift and be in alignment of this is what I've been working towards. Uranus in your 10th house always brings shocks and surprises. Remember, it's the maverick. It's about freedom and liberation. And so expect career surprises or liberation that has to do with topics of responsibility. Pluto is transforming how you work and how you manage your own well-being, being in alignment with mind, body, and spirit. So invest your energy into what sustains you in the long term. And then we're going to have Mars oppose Saturn and Neptune in your 8th house, which stirs up these fears around or confusion around shared finances, people, places, and things that you are invested in financially, emotionally, sexually. This is about intimacy, emotional vulnerability. You might feel blocked from receiving support, or you might feel unclear about your financial or your emotional bond or connection with others. This could be with a business partner or an ex or an intimate partner. Use this time to strengthen your boundaries and to reevaluate the energetic exchanges between you and other people. You deserve relationships that are mutually receptive. Like, there has to be reciprocity here. And so you deserve people that value you deeply and equally. So a mantra for you, Virgos, can be, I value myself and align my energy with what truly sustains and empowers me. So for my Virgo friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have liked and subscribed, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Libra friends, this is all about you, and you're going to feel it. Mars moving into your 1st house of identity sets off this grand air trine and then a kite that's leading into the direction of partnership. So we have Mars initiating topics that have to do with you, your identity. Think of it as your business card, your website. It's your power, your energy. It's your dynamics. It's in a grand air trine with Uranus in your 9th house of who you connect with cross-cultural experiences like publishing things, legal things, foreign travel. It can be like chunky money of where you invest your time, effort, and energy in order to expand your mind. It's also in a grand air trine with Pluto in your 5th house of fun and joy and lovers and your own inner child, self-expression. What opposes it is Saturn and Neptune in the other sector. If the 1st house is you, the 7th house is you with everybody else. Business partners, significant others, clients, best friends. This is people that you either professionally work with or it's personal relationships. It's literally the other. And so when working with this, the grand air trine brings all of the ideas, thoughts, communication of how can I bring, this is firing on all cylinders to gather the ideas and move all at one time, because Uranus is the maverick. It's shock, it's surprise, and it brings you these aha quick moments. Mars being in your 1st house activates your drive, your vitality, your self-expression, and saying, it's now or never. I have to do this. You are seen, and you might feel more assertive, more attractive, more motivated to take charge of your own personal goals. The grand air trine, it's encouraging you to take those creative risks. It's to travel, it's to learn, it's to take a class, it's to publish. It is to expand your mind. Now, Uranus is opening up the door to all kinds of new perspectives of experiences, while Pluto is empowering your voice, your art, your talents, your skill set. And it's what brings you joy and pleasure and what can tap into your own inner child or with children. And so this is going to be your moment to lead with grace and originality. And then we have the opposition, and that's literally where the kite moves towards the top of it. So the opposition to Saturn and Neptune that are both retrograde in your partnership sector, they're asking you to go inward. They're asking you to pause, to reflect on how your drive, how it impacts each of your relationships, both personal and professional. Looking at, are you compromising too much or maybe not enough? Are you seeing your partner clearly or through projection? Let your actions now be informed by compassion and clarity. This is going to be your chance in order for you to restore the balance between self and others. Libra, a mantra can be, I lead with love and balance. I honor both my path and those that I walk beside. So Libra, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Scorpio friends, this transit's really important because it involves both of your chart rulers, both modern and traditional. I want to start off with Mars. Mars is setting off a grand air trine for you. Mars is in your 12th house of the hidden. It's intuition, it's dreams, it's the house of isolation, and it is in a harmonious aspect with Uranus in the 8th house of where are you connected with other people, both intimately and financially. And it's also going to have to deal with topics of home. And I always say it's like the cradle. It's the bottom of your chart. It's your living situation. It's your personal life. It's family. It's people that are within your home. It's security. And so it's also going to oppose Saturn and Neptune. This is where the top of the kite is. And so we have Mars working actively with Uranus and Pluto, and then the opposition comes with Saturn and Neptune, both stationed retrograde. Saturn is the planet that has the rings around it that says build something that's sustainable, and Neptune is about your dreams, both retrograde, going back within, retracing their steps in the sign of Aries, which represents you, Aries, the warrior, the inner warrior that each of us have. And so Mars energizing your 12th house, it literally stirs your unconscious. It's the need for a spiritual retreat, a spiritual rest, to tap into your dreams, intuition, Akashic records, astral travel, astral projection, yoga, meditation. You might feel this internal restlessness. There could be having like these intense dreams of understanding them or working with them, or messages that are given. Or this can be a call to release energy. So this grand air trine connecting all of these areas of your life, it's offering you this deep emotional healing. This is about ancestral work. This is about psychic insight. Having Pluto at the bottom of your chart, it's transforming your security, your foundation, your home. And Uranus is always shock and surprise and freedom and liberation. It's the planet that you can't make a plan for. It works on its own and decides its direction. And so this is surprising you with emotional or financial breakthroughs. It's this aha moment of, I get it, I see it. Now, the opposition of Mars to Saturn and Neptune. The opposition brings this awareness, like looking, because it's in the sign of Aries, which Mars is the ruler of. So it's an awareness of burnout or unclear routines, having to look at your daily life, your daily schedule, your mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, psychological health and well-being. You might need to release guilt or perfectionism or topics that revolve around being perfect, being productive, having to always support everybody else. Because healing, it doesn't always look busy. Let your inner world guide you on the next steps that you need to take, because rest is sacred. That is what needs to be scheduled also. This is going to be a time for you to experience a deep realignment and a spiritual recalibration. A mantra for you, Scorpio, can be, I honor my inner world and allowing healing to unfold through stillness and surrender. So Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Sagittarian friends, you have Mars entering into an area of your life that has to do with your dreams, your future plans, your goals, your hopes, the people that you collaborate and network with in order to achieve those, either through work or through volunteer or for pleasure. As soon as Mars moves into Libra, it sets off a grand air trine with Uranus in your other sector. If you are Sagittarius, Uranus is in the sign of Gemini, which has to do with business partners, significant others, best friends. This is open enemies, exes. It literally is personal and professional collaborations and connections. Pluto is in Aquarius in your third house of neighbors and siblings and cousins and people that you talk with and share ideas with on a daily basis. The opposition comes with Saturn and Neptune. Saturn and Neptune is in an area of your life that has to do with your own inner child, creativity, fun, joy, art, beauty, and music. Now, the Grand Trine is connected to a kite that is forming and showing you that Mars is the starting point. The ending point is with Saturn and Neptune, the top of the kite. And so this energy is saying, Mars wants to energize your social life. It's like, let's kick this up a notch. Your future plans, community connections. Mars wants to initiate. It wants to go after. And so this is going to be a really energetic, vibrant time for you to take the lead within social group projects or anything that aligns you with like-minded other individuals. The Grand Air Trine is lighting up all of the social houses in your life. It's fostering these inspiring conversations, relationships that can now shift, new social contracts. This is expanding your world of the other. Uranus in your seventh house can bring a lot of surprises with the people that can come into your life. And this can be both personally and professionally. And Pluto in your third house, it's transforming how do you communicate and share your thoughts and ideas with other people? How do you shift and change and transform the way you take in information, formulate your thoughts, and then share it back with others? Now, the opposing Saturn and Neptune that are both stationed retrograde. And so this is about feeling a little uncertain about your creative direction because Saturn wants to build something that's sustainable and Neptune is whatever you're dreaming. And they're both retrograde in Aries. Aries is you, the warrior. I need to tune in to what do I want? What do I need? What do I desire? There's this uncertainty about the direction in which you want to go, or children, or romantic expression with others. Doubt or confusion, it can kind of cloud your joy. That's what Neptune makes things a little blurry. Take some time to reconnect with your own inner artist, your own inner child, to truly pause and tune in. You don't need to have all the answers to everything right now. You just have to have the willingness to explore, to trust in the people who inspire your growth. So Sagittarius, a mantra can be, I share my vision with joy and trust that my community mirrors my light. So for my Sagittarian friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels this journey. So for my Capricorn friends, this is going to be felt deeply and intimately with you. You have Mars now entering the top of your chart, the most visible, you being seen by others. Mars wants to initiate, it wants to go after. The 10th house is career, reputation, legacy, responsibilities. It is in a grand air trine. Immediately it sets off all three areas of your life that have to do with Pluto in your second house of money and cash and resources, talents, skill set, people, places, and things of what you need in order to feel safe and secure. It also is activating your sixth house of your daily habits, your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. The sixth house is your diet, your nutrition. It's being in line with mind, body, spirit. And so this air alignment is setting off the desire to be well balanced, because what opposes it is Saturn, your chart ruler, at the bottom of your chart. The base is your home, your living situation, your personal life. It's your foundation. And so Saturn and Neptune are both here, and they're both stationed retrograde. Now, the grand trine connects like all of your thoughts, your ideas, everything. It's like spinning on, like everything is, all cylinders are all working. The opposition is the top of the kite of this is what I have to focus on, because all of this is going to happen. And so Mars energizing your career sector, your reputation, your public life. It's you being ready to take the initiative within the professional world, with others, to lead with vision, to take on more responsibilities. This grand air trine, it's connecting the houses, and it's setting the stage for these aha moments, these breakthroughs with money, with health, with work. Uranus in your daily sector of like aligning your creative, it's in your daily life of how do I balance home and work and my daily schedule. Uranus here wants you to get creative with what does this look like. It's the maverick. It doesn't follow the traditional path. And it's about being creative in going about those things in order to align with your mind, your body, your spirit. Now, Pluto in your second house, it helps to transform how you earn money and your value and your own worth. The opposition of what you have to overcome is Saturn and Neptune, your chart ruler, in your home sector, bringing these emotional challenges and confusion because of Neptune that have to do with home or family or feelings of where you belong. Remember that the bottom is not just like home. It's your foundation, real estate, property, traditions. It's people who feel like family. And so you might be trying to balance your career ambitions with your own personal needs. And Neptune and Saturn both going retrograde is saying, I need to pause. I need to reassess some things about what my inner foundations look like before I create and build more upon. What do I really need here? True success, it is rooted in self-worth and emotional grounding. And this is you looking at where are you putting your time, your effort, your energy into. A mantra for you can be, I lead with purpose and build a legacy that honors my truth and roots. So Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Aquarius friends, this transit's going to be felt personally. You have Mars entering into an area of your life that has to do with who do you want to connect with? What do you want to connect with? It's about expanding your mind, your body, your spirit through learning or through teaching or through travel. It sets off a grand air trine with Pluto in your first house of your identity, transforming you, your health, your vitality, your business card, your website, how you present yourself to the world. It's in also a harmonious aspect with Uranus in your fifth house of children, inner child, art, beauty, music, creativity, where you're willing to take a risk. What opposes you is Saturn and Neptune in Aries, retrograde in the house of communication. So the grand air trine brings together a racing mind, thoughts, ideas, freedom, and liberation of this is the direction that I need to head towards. The top of the kite is the end. The base is Mars saying start from here. The mirror is Saturn and Neptune in your third house of communication, how you take in information, how you share information. So Mars and Libra, totally activating your higher learning, travel, your belief systems, publishing, legal topics. You are now going to be filled with this energy to explore new horizons, to whether it's through education or travel or teaching or spiritual growth. This is about you expanding mind, body, and spirit. The grand air trine, it's calling for you. Pluto is saying we have to transform. It's calling for you to express yourself boldly, to seek inspiration that's far and wide. Having Uranus in your fifth house of creativity is unusual, shocking, surprising. It's the house of lovers. It's the house of creativity, of I have to be unique and not always follow the traditional path. And so Pluto in your first house is inviting this profound transformation of how do these things transform your own identity. Now, what opposes it is Saturn and Neptune. That's the top of the kite. It's you facing possibly fog because of the Neptune. Remember, it's retrograde. It's making things a little unclear. And there could be communication challenges because Saturn is also going retrograde. This is about doubt around your ideas. Who do you share them with? This is the house of neighbors and siblings and cousins and taking classes and workshops. It's your immediate environment. And so don't let confusion silence your voice. Look at this time to speak with clarity and to trust your own insight. This is your time to teach, to learn, to share wisdom. This is your time to be in alignment with your evolving truth. A mantra for you can be, I expand through learning and share my truth with clarity and faith. So Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have liked and subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much because it is your energy that fuels my journey. So for my Pisces friends, you now have Mars entering into an area of your life that has to do with deep and intimate connections. The eighth house is the house of where you are intertwined or connected with other people, places, and things. These could be business partners or they can be intimate partners, and they can also be family members. What it does is as soon as it goes into the sign of Libra, it sets off this grand air trine with Pluto in your 12th house of dreams, intuition, psychic ability, the house of rest, and the house of isolation in order to receive those downloads and that information. And with Uranus, the planet of shock and surprise and freedom and liberation at the bottom of your chart. The fourth house is your living situation. It's about your own personal life. What will oppose you is Saturn and Neptune in your second house of self-worth, cash, property, talents, and skill set. So Mars moving into Libra sets off the grand air trine, and then it then moves in to form a kite. This is the direction in which will be reflected back at you what you have to face in order to transform and change. And so Mars moving into your eighth house, it brings up the heat to intimate partners, into transformation, birth, death, rebirth, all of your shared resources. This can be alimony and child support with exes. This can be with business partners that have to do with debt or taxes, or your own life partner. So the grand air trine, it really inspires emotional healing, ancestral connection, soulful renewal. This is bringing everything together and saying, this is a scar, this is a wound. Let's peel back the bandage and let's let it air out. Let's heal a little bit. Having Uranus in your home sector, it brings these powerful messages or these shifts in the home life, your ancestors. This is like uncovering something or looking at your life and saying, this is a pattern. I can break that chain. I can release this. I can heal and renew. Having Pluto in your 12th house is releasing subconscious blocks and you reclaiming the hidden power that comes from healing and transforming from those wounds. What opposes is Saturn and Neptune. They are both retrograde, so it's going within in the sign of Aries. Aries is the person, the warrior. And so it's you possibly feeling unclear, blurry, thank you, Neptune, about people, places, and things that you value, your income, and what you truly want to build. Saturn wants to build something that's sustainable over a longer period of time. So this is you reassessing what those things are. There can be this financial tension or possibly like a spiritual discontent around topics of your self-worth, people, places, and things that you need to know more information about or want to feel secure about, like in partnership, in relationship. Allow this transformation. This is a deep soul cleanse for you. This is a clearing of the way around how you view yourself, your own self-worth. This is allowing the transformation to clear out emotional and material fears of working from a space of lack and focusing on what and who do I truly value. And that's with your own sacred truth. So a mantra for you, Pisces, can be, I release what no longer serves me, and I am open to deeper trust, intimacy, and worth. So for my Pisces friends, thank you so much for being here. For more on this transit, check out my video for the collective energy and what to expect. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and to continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels my journey.